Welcome everybody to the Instagram Live, YouTube. We're going to do a dual cast stream. I'm sorry I'm late today. Welcome everybody. We are doing a dual cast today for the first time. My name is Chuck with Electric Scooter Guide, and today you're watching a kind of a first look review of the Wolf Warrior by Kaabo, K-A-A-B-O. This is a brand new scooter from a manufacturer that's been around in Asia for some time, but recently is in the US. So we have that scooter, and I'm going to be talking about that today. It's a brand new scooter on the market. It's only been out for a month, sold by Fluid Freeride. And then we're also going to take any questions that you may have about any electric scooter. So if you have any questions about scooters in general, I will be able to kind of answer those. Just if you're on if you're on YouTube, go ahead and just type in your questions. If you are on Instagram, just type in your question and then just hit a heart, and then I'll kind of see it because I'm looking at two different screens here today. Okay, so let's get started. And again, just pop in. I'll interrupt the broadcast if you have any questions at all. Okay. All right. So the Kaabo Wolf Warrior. It is a brand new scooter from Fluid Freeride. They are. Okay. Oscar says he was using a scooter and it turned off, and you hit yourself. All right. Well, sorry that happened, Oscar. What scooter were you on? Okay, so the Kaabo Wolf Warrior is 28. Hey Eli, welcome to the channel. How you doing? So the Kaabo Wolf Warrior, we've been testing it out. We've got a couple weeks worth of testing that we're doing on this scooter. We're done about the first week, and we are boom chow. And we are going to be, doing a bunch more stuff, but we already have a review online. It's on the website, electric-scooter.guide. You can just type in electric scooter guide. It should come up first. And there we have a comparison chart for you. We have all kinds of reviews. We have performance data, all that good stuff. So, anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy looking at that website. So this scooter, and it's right here behind me. I know you can't see all of it, but this scooter is kind of the latest entry into the high-end electric scooter market. So right now, the high-end scooters, at least kind of for the English-speaking countries, are going to be your Dualtrons that everybody's really heard about. You've got some popular Zero models. Really, it's the 010X that is really the best one that kind of competes. It's about $2,000 or about $1,800 if you use our coupon code, which is again on the electric scooter website. And now we have something new. We have the Kaabo Wolf Warrior, which is priced at $28.99 currently on Fluid Freeride's website. So let's just talk about the specs on the scooter, and then I'll go over kind of some special features on it and what I think about it. So it goes 80 miles on a charge. So, we are going to test that out. Right now, our new photographer, he has ridden it up in the hills and a whole bunch of other places and got about 35 miles a couple times on it. But that's like ramming it up hills, dual motor, just maxing it out, which actually 35 miles is not bad. The watt hours on the motor is 2100. And it is an LG battery, so it is like the highest quality battery that we can get right now. So yeah, so what we're going to do next is we're going to do a range test. We'll probably do that Thursday or Friday. We'll add that to the review on the website, so you can see how far we actually got it. It says 80 miles, but that's really an eco mode, which you're really limited to about 15 miles an hour and one motor. So, I'm hoping to get about 40 to 50 miles, although it does take a strain on the body when we go that long. The weight. So portability for this scooter is not great, right? This is not meant to be your pick it up and throw it in an Uber type of scooter. We have, I can pick it up. I'm about 165 pounds. I can pick it up and put it in the back of my SUV. It's not too hard to do that. If you pick it up kind of crossways, there's a way to do it. But the stem does not lock, so that is kind of an issue. So as you can unlock the stem and you can fold it down, but you cannot. It doesn't lock. So you can pick it up crossways. It's 101 pounds, and so it's not light. 101 pounds on our website. It kind of says it there. I should know how many kilograms it is. I'll find out later. Someone asks, I'm just going to interrupt this real quick. For Rafa, someone told me $1 a watt is what I should pay for a scooter. Is that right? $1 a watt for what? For the motor or for the battery? And then I can look it up. We got a spreadsheet here we can just do some quick math. I've never really looked at that before, but I guess for both it should be about right, although for like the Xiaomi scooter it's 250 watts and it's $400, but that's an amazing deal. Most likely there's kind of a fixed level and then you have a variable cost of $1 per watt is my guess how this works. We can look into that. So 101 pounds. Now I live up the stairs, and if you have to take it upstairs, you definitely are going to have a hard time. I've taken it upstairs by myself twice. That's how I got it up today or last night, and it's not fun, but it can be done. So yeah, not a portable scooter. The other big thing about this scooter is when you do have it folded down, it is the longest scooter out there. Thanks for the hearts. It's the longest scooter out there at, I believe, 149 centimeters. I have that written down. It's 150 centimeters long. I just did a review on the 9bot Max, which is 117 centimeters, and I said that will not fit in a lot of trunks if you just have it in sideways. You'd have to kind of stick it in like crossways or whatever. This scooter is by far longer. It might be the longest scooter out there. I think it's longer than most of Dualtron's. Maybe only the Dualtron X is longer. It's really long. Make sure if you're going to get the scooter, you have a car that works. All right. Yeah, Eli comments. Cool. All right. Thank you, Eli, for doing the math there. So let's talk about speed, right? If you're going to get this scooter, it's probably not for portability. It's probably for power and for speed. So the speed is, so it has a stated speed of 50 miles per hour. I've personally gone 45 miles an hour on this already, just wearing a helmet, so I didn't go any faster. And it's, anything above 35 I think is pretty scary. So I got up to 45. I think it said it's in kilometer mode right now, and that was about 75 kilometers per hour. It is fast. When I got it to 45, it still had power to spare. Like, it was still accelerating, and I just stopped accelerating at 45. So it's got more power than I think most anybody needs, especially for commuting. That is all made possible by these massive motors. And according to a lot of sources, these are the same motors. Mini Motors and Kaabo sources their motors from the same place. So these are basically the Mini Motor Thunder motors, which is the fastest motor outside of the Dualtron X, which is a $6,000 scooter. So it's a dual 1,200 watts of kind of sustained power, so 2,400 watts sustained power if you have it in the dual motor mode. If you put it into single motor, of course you're gonna get longer. It's not gonna be as fast. But the max output is 5,400 watts, same as the Dualtron Thunder. And I've ridden the Dualtron Thunder quite a bit. We took it on our road trip for 10 days. It's so fast. This is also so fast. I don't think we'll get our performance test done and we'll figure out the kind of the acceleration curve, but it's extremely fast. We'll put up some videos of how fast it goes. I don't want it to go any faster, basically because off the line it's so fast you have to really hold on. It'll also burn out. The tires will like spin out even if you're going a few miles an hour. Hello Vien, hello ET Wows, and Anna. How you guys doing? Any questions? Just pop them in anytime. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going about the Kaabo Wolf Warrior that I got behind me. So it's fast. We talked about that. The controller, the display, and the motors, I believe it is the same as the Dualtron Thunder, which is such a popular scooter. It's such a great scooter. I love that scooter. Most people believe that to be the best scooter at the high end. But now we have this, and this may actually be as good or better, and we're gonna have to wait to see, but there are some features I'm gonna tell you about that may make this scooter better than the Thunder. Again, I love Mini Motors. I love the support of Mini Motors USA they give to all their customers. We work really well with Mini Motors, but this may be as good or better. So let's talk about the carrying weight. So if you're a heavier rider, right, you can't go for the 100-kilogram weight limit that is on most electric scooters, especially at the low end of the market, the $500, even up to $1,000. A lot of scooters have weight limits of 100 kilograms, 220 pounds. Again, if you are a heavier rider, you will definitely want to check out the comparison guide, which is on Electric Scooter Guide, electric-scooter.guide, and then you can sort and filter, so you can put in, hey, I'm 220 pounds, you can type in 220 and only look at the scooters that are for you. So this scooter has a max load of 330 pounds, which is quite amazing. It's actually more, I think the Dualtrons can actually go up a little more than what they say, but I believe the Dualtrons say they can go up to about 250 pounds. So if you're a heavier rider, this thing is a beast, and it'll carry you. Okay, tires. You can't see the tires too well, I don't think, in the video here, but the tires are large. They're 11-inch pneumatic tires, and they're tubeless. So of all the tire types, this is the best tire type. 11 inches, and they look to be, I need to measure this, it's about 3 to 4 inches wide. They're really, really big. They're really comfortable. They're wide. They're super solid. I think they're about the best tire that I've ever ridden on. I mean, taking away the Dualtron X, which is like a whole nother type of scooter, this is as good as it gets. Of course, pneumatic tires, we recommend them for comfort, safety, and performance, right, over a solid tire. The reason why some people choose solid tires is because they don't want to get a flat, right? And so a tubeless pneumatic is going to have a much less chance of getting a flat over a tube pneumatic tire. All right, so this should be pretty darn good. Haven't gotten a flat yet. We've ridden around like 100 miles already. No issues, no flats. Should be really good. The brakes. Brakes are top notch. So there's the top level of scooter brakes right now are the hydraulic disc brakes. This has that. They seem to be, they feel really, really good. You don't need a lot of pressure. I can hit the brakes with 2 fingers going at 40 miles an hour and it stops quickly. They're large brakes. They probably need some adjusting right away because they kind of squeak at first. You kind of have to adjust them a bit, but the brakes are fantastic and they're going to stop you quick. There's 2 of them. They also include regenerative like EABS on both brakes, which it comes like that default where it'll kind of go which is to help you not skid. We turn that off and prefer it to skid, but that's, you've got all those settings in this scooter. Just it literally says Mini Motors on this little switch here, where you adjust all your P settings. You got your throttle on it, so you can basically do everything that you can on the Dualtron Thunder. Let's see. So we've got also a phenomenal suspension. The suspension is, hey, thank you, Palu Bicycles. The suspension is fantastic. So you've got this kind of dual suspension in the front, which maybe you can or cannot see, and it's got a kind of a dual spring suspension in the back. So I'll throw up some videos. I've just been looking at some videos where we took yesterday, going off curbs and things like that. You can go off a curb easy. There's no problem going off a curb at all. You can take jumps. Suspension is like not too hard, not too soft. It feels good. Um, we're going to ride it a lot more, but I think we've got 80, 90 kilometers already on it, and it's doing really well. It's so fun. I would say the suspension, is on par with Dualtron Thunder, which, 10x Dualtron Thunder, Dualtron 3. I think at the high end, those are your best suspension on electric scooters. So now, I've covered some of the basic stuff. You can, if you have any questions about this scooter or actually any others, I'll interrupt and answer your question. I'm on Facebook as well right now, and I'm just trying to make sure to check to see if there's any questions there. So we've got some extra special features on this scooter. One is, I'm going to turn this on so we can all see. Okay. So the first one is that this is really important, is the lights. So on a lot of scooters, you've got to install extra lights. So you can kind of see these bug lights here. So I'm going to turn them on, and if you're watching this, make sure to cover your eyes so you don't get blinded. But it is like ridiculously bright. I'll find out how bright soon. But yeah, I mean, I'm putting it at the lens. I shouldn't do that. You guys are gonna not ever look at this again. But this is there's two lights here. You can swing them side to side, and you can go up and down. So you can adjust them. And then what's really cool is that they're actually, I didn't realize this until last night when I took some video of the lights, but they're actually pointed at a perfectly single point of focus. So we'll have to try this out on the street. But after you go out about 10 feet or so, you get a single point. So it's just ridiculously bright. The other thing is, if you don't want them so bright, notice that if I click it, I'll click it. Oh, geez. Yeah, you got strobe mode. So you got super bright, pretty bright, and strobe. I won't leave that on too long. So when you're riding at nighttime, right, you've got a pretty amazing set of lights here to let everybody know you're coming. Also on the bottom of the scooter, there's two button lights that, if I can pick this, I'm not going to pick this up from here. Two button lights that are low on the deck, so they're not, cars don't see them. They are pretty bright. The other cool feature of this scooter is that it's got deck lighting, downward facing deck lighting on both sides. It's a blue LED kind of soft glow. You can actually see it in the daytime because it actually hits the kind of the frame, the outside frame, reminiscent of the boosted rev. And so that is, I think it's kind of cool. It's not overkill like some scooters, like flashing all the colors, which is really cool if you're in Las Vegas, which we took some of those to Las Vegas. This one is a little bit more muted. It's pretty nice. I think the front bug eyes are enough on this thing. And the deck light's nice. It's also, you probably, Instagram can see a little bit, but when I hit the brakes, the light will turn on the back. If the lights are turned on, that brake light will shine all the time, and then it'll just get brighter. It doesn't flash, it just gets brighter when you hit the brakes. So lighting on this scooter is really good. There is no extra back. It's just the one. So of course, basically on every scooter, we recommend getting a rear back LED light for you. Okay, Palu says, what about the throttle technology? Is it standard like most common scooters? Okay, yeah, so really good question. So we have a definite preference for throttle technology in a couple ways, all right? After testing out so many scooters out there, there are basically there's three, but Glion Dolly is a separate kind of category of scooter. There's basically two types of throttle positions, right? So we have position, and then we have kind of the feel of the throttle. So for throttle position, one type is the kind of finger throttle, right? And the other type is the thumb throttle. So as you're kind of going along here, you either kind of hit with your thumb or you kind of pull with your fingers. Now, they both work fine. They both kind of work the same. However, when you're riding for long periods of time, the the finger, like this throttle, the one that these have, that the Dualtrons have, the 010X, everything where it looks like this. This is all the finger style, and actually we don't like it as much as the thumb throttle. And the reason being is that your hand kind of gets cramped up over time, right? That's one reason, right? So if you're constantly having to grip something and your fingers are out like this, right? You're in an awkward position, all right? The other thing is that the brake, so if the brake is here and the throttle's here and you're trying to pull down the throttle, but you also have the brake, I should just do it here, but you can't really, you're not as quick to get to the brake, right? So now, as opposed to a thumb throttle where you're holding it down, you can actually hold the brake and the thumb at the same time. So when you need to brake quickly, that thumb throttle is going to be quicker, and then you can just grab the brake really fast. As opposed to doing something like this, you got to let off of it and then put your hand on. That's like a half second of time, and that half second, these scooters stop in about a second and a half, right? And that's about 10 to 20 feet. So you're adding an extra 5 to 8 feet, which could be the difference of you like hitting the Uber that pulled in front of you and stopped short or not. I hope that at some point, this controller that every high-end scooter uses and half of the mid-range scooters use gets switched to a thumb throttle. So that's just something to think about when you are buying an electric scooter. Is thumb throttles are actually way more comfortable, I think, and a lot of people think, when you're riding long distances especially. So if your commute's long, I mean, this will be great for commute, but you do have that kind of issue, and you just kind of have to kind of fill it out for yourself. Now I forgot what I was talking about, but great question, Palu Bicycles. Oh, features. Okay, so we talked about the lights. And if anybody has a question that's logged in right now, just go ahead and ask. It's fine. I'll kind of interrupt. You can ask about any scooter, and if I know about it, I'll answer it as best I can. The next feature that it has, and you can see it, it's a little overshadowed by the lights here, but I'm putting my hand on it. This whole thing is a horn. I've never seen a horn on an electric scooter that's this big. It's really, really big. It's louder. It's so loud. I'm gonna hit it for you. So just like it could blow out. It's gonna be really loud in here, but oh, well, I probably got to turn the scooter back on. So I'm gonna hit it. It's basically ripped out of a car, and then it's just like placed here. Yeah, that was a good one. It's like eating a hot pepper or something. Wow, I can't even hear out of my right ear now. It is like the loudest. It's for sure the loudest horn I've ever heard on an electric scooter. I thought the eMove Cruiser had the loudest horn. This is way louder than that. It's way louder. And if you're right in front of this darn thing, it's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So let's. So Roach Sim is asking a question. Have you tried the technology on the boosted scooter, the throttle? Yeah, I have. So the boosted scooter was at the TechCrunch Mobility, which I went to and got a chance to ride it for a little bit, take some pictures. We're working with their team to get a demo so we can do a full review on it. And yeah, so that one, I would consider the boosted rev a thumb style throttle. So, and actually their technology for that kind of roller ball. So if you've used the boosted board, it's got like kind of a roller ball type of thing, right? And this is the only scooter that has this type of throttle. It also acts as electric brake, right? So you kind of roll it forward to kind of go to get more power, and then you roll it back, and then it'll activate the electric or regenerative brake. That scooter also actually has a man, I better get this right. A drum brake. I should look it up. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 90% sure it's a drum brake in the back, and then it also has a foot brake. So it's got like a ton of different ways to brake. But yes, the throttle, I really like it. Also, it's because it's comfortable, and you've got your brake, your kind of mechanical brake on the left hand, so that's like the proper setup. So if you're gonna have, the scroll wheel on the right, you get your powerful brake on the left, you're all good. Also, it did seem to have more of a linear feel to it. On most of these controllers, these kind of throttle controllers, it's kind of all or nothing. Maybe a few scooters, you know, have like you can go a little bit of power, and then you can like really like crank on it, right? And some scooters have that, or maybe they have like 3 steps. This probably has 3 steps, but you just don't know it because as soon as you hit the gas, especially in dual motor mode, you just got to hang on basically, which is a lot of fun. So boosted rev, I really like it. Power on that, I think is 1500. It's, you know, it will spin up the tires even after you're going a little bit fast. So it's, you know, it is capable. It's not a high performance extreme scooter like this one. Not even close. But it's really good, and a lot of people are asking about it. So if you have more questions on that, please ask. Elegant Options. Hello again. I think you've logged in before. What scooter is that? So this is the Kaabo Kaabo Wolf Warrior that's right behind me here. We're kind of talking about that, but we're also taking questions on any scooter today, as always. It's not a Dualtron, but one thing that I will say is that it is a Dualtron competitor for sure. It has the same controller, same motor, same whatever you're gonna call this kind of thing up here in throttle, as the Dualtron Thunder actually. So 2400 watts sustained, 5400 watts max. I've ridden both quite a bit, and oh, you're welcome. And it's so fast. Oh, thank you, Eli. It's a disc brake. Yep. I should actually just look it up. So one thing that I do, I'll show you guys this real quick, is this is where that we have 120 models that we kind of like look through, and if you go on our website here, you can see we have all the stats listed, and you can sort and filter and all that stuff based on it. So we have the boosted rev on here. So if I type in REV, and there we go, right here, Eli is correct. It is the disc. So boom. So yeah. So how fast is this scooter? This scooter is got a stated top speed of 50 miles per hour, which I believe is 80 kilometers per hour. It's faster than that. I took it up to 45. It had so much left. Like, I think it could go easily past 55. And make sure, right, if you're gonna do this, you wear full pads. Like, I'm wearing a helmet only, so I didn't take it any faster than that. And I was on like a clear road with no obstructions or anything. So, you know, scooter safety, very, very important. Keep the questions coming. Also, if you are enjoying this stream, just give me a heart, or if you ask a question, hit me a heart so I can kind of look over at it. Although hey, thanks everybody. Yeah, so that is that. So I'll kind of go back, talk about this again, and you know, any other questions, just keep the questions coming. Yeah. So Elegant Options, yeah, 50 miles per hour, stated top speed. I'm 100% sure it goes faster than that. You just need to adjust a few settings. You want to go to mode 3 here, and then you want to take it off of the eco mode, right? And then you want to put it on dual motors. That'll get you the fastest. How much is the scooter? So the scooter is $28.99. It was released to the English-speaking market basically about a month or so ago. It's only available, as far as I know, on Fluid Freeride's website. You might be able to find like imitation or like some third party selling it on AliExpress. We kind of don't recommend going that way. I kind of always recommend spending the extra few dollars and getting a company that you can call that gives you support and all that kind of stuff. So the big thing is, right, to me, this is a competitor of the Dualtron Thunder. It's got the same motor, the same speed, really similar suspension, almost the same exact brakes. Let's talk about the battery a little bit. It's a 2100 watt hour LG battery. So I'm going to go back on my little spreadsheet here on the electric scooter guide. And if you look at the Thunder, I started typing in Thunder. All right, it is 2060 watt hours. So you know, basically the same. They're both super fast. The weight is it's the heaviest darn scooter of any scooter, I think the FLJ 113 might be a little heavier, but of most of the major popular scooters, it's the heaviest right after the Dualtron X. All right, the Dualtron Thunder I think is 90 pounds, 95 pounds on the Dualtron Thunder. This is 101 pounds. It's a beast. I can pick it up, but it's not great. It's not a great thing to pick it up. I can put it in the back of an SUV. It's super long, all that stuff. So compared to the Dualtron Thunder, it's really, really similar, right? Dualtron Thunder, I think new ones come with a fingerprint reader. This doesn't have that, but it does have a louder horn, bigger lights here in the front. How much does it weigh? Yeah, Elegant Options. It weighs 101 pounds, and in kilograms, hold on, that would be, let's see, Wolf and metric. So one thing, Elegant Options, you may want to do, go to electric-scooter.guide, go to our comparison chart. You can type in this model, which is Wolf Warrior, right, in the model. That's what I do, because I can't remember all the stats of every scooter. And then you can see all the stats here. You can compare them. And then also we have a metric and imperial switch here. So that way you can get everything in metric, because I'm not sure where you are, but a lot of the world is using metric. So it weighs 46 kilograms, 101 pounds. So it's big. It's really big. What else do I need to say about this? I think I covered most everything. I'm going to just check my notes because we're making a video on it. We've got brakes and tires we talked about. The ride quality, I'll just say that it's so nice. Oh, well, there's one other kind of feature to the scooter that is maybe the most important, and that is the stem wobble. There really is almost no stem wobble on this scooter. It has a different style of stem locking mechanism than the Dualtron, than the 10X, which they're fine, but there is a little bit of wobble after a while. This scooter, when you get it new, there's zero wobble. After 100 kilometers or so, it's gonna move just a hair, but you probably can't even see it in the video. It's just like the littlest bit of movement. So when you're riding, it feels so good. It feels so responsive. You don't have that slop or wobble where you're not getting, good. You don't feel the road. You can feel the road, however, right? You got giant pneumatic tires, the fantastic suspension, and so the ride quality, it actually may be the best that I've ever ridden. Maybe the Dualtron X, of course, because it's just got a little bit more technology in it. The steering, I forget the name of the thing, but there's a little bit of technology in the Dualtron X that is, my Thunder wobbled from the front. So yeah, so like Dualtrons have an issue with wobble. It's that collar style stem lock that isn't optimal. I love Dualtrons. I would totally get one, and there's different features on that. This scooter really has no wobble, and it's $2,800, $2,900. I think it might be the best deal at the high end of the market right now, and it's something to for sure look at. We're gonna put it through its paces a lot more. We've only had it about 5 days, but with the almost zero stem wobble, right? It locks really well. I think performance-wise and like riding enjoyment-wise, it's like my favorite. Portability-wise, right? It's less portable than basically any other scooter, but it's not really for portability. Oh, e-wheels. Yeah, hey, how you doing? I remember you were on here last time. Kazakhstan, that's right. This is the Wolf. This is the Kaabo Wolf Warrior. It's $28.99. It's sold by Fluid Freeride in the United States. They will ship to Canada, Mexico, basically, but outside of there, they can ship. They won't be able to offer support. But Kaabo is Kaabo, Kaabo. You can look them up and find a distributor, close to you potentially. But it's a fantastic new entrant into the high-end market. For the price, I don't think that it can be beat. You've got some features on this scooter same controllers. I'm just going to be rehashing now. So for anybody that was watching before, I'm probably just going to be repeating myself. But for anybody that's come in just now, I'm just gonna kind of like give the spiel on the Wolf Warrior, but it's $28.99, right? So it's kind of a little less than the price of the Dualtron 3. It's as fast as the Dualtron Thunder. I believe it has the same components as far as motor, controller, that type of thing as the Dualtron Thunder. Really similar hydraulic disc brakes, dual, right? Dual regen brakes. Pleasure to ride. Amazing lights, amazing front lights, rear lights. It's okay. You need to get an extra one. Loudest horn I've ever heard on an electric scooter. And the stem wobble makes for, all together, riding this thing is just, it's a pleasure. It's super nice to ride, and I at this point I have to recommend it for the price. I think it's the best scooter at this price, and maybe the best scooter even above this price. So, yeah, it's a scooter to kind of look out for. If anybody has any other questions, yeah, okay. Do you think it's worth for double the price of the Boosted for commuting? Really good question. So it's not, yeah. So Boosted Rev, what's that? 1,600, I think. This is 2,900. So yeah, $1,300 more, almost double the price. This is a different scooter, okay? The Boosted Rev is half of this weight. And for that, you get a lot less features, right? But a lot more portability. So durability-wise, right, we don't know on the Boosted Rev yet. Kaabo's been around for a number of years, and they're constantly upgrading their line. They're constantly like tweaking things and making things better. Boosted, it's first generation product. Right now, it looks really good, and Boosted has a good track record. It also has good support track record. So I think that it'll be nice. But the features that this has that doesn't, some of the notable features would be suspension is probably the biggest one, right? The Boosted Rev, it's the thing people are all talking about. It doesn't have the suspension. So, it does have pneumatic tires, which is great. So you're going to get damping effect from the tires for sure. But there's zero suspension. So when you're going over, if you have a rough commute, any scooter with pneumatic and suspension is going to do better than a scooter with just pneumatic tires. So in that regard, for commuting, if your commute is you've got kind of like rough terrain to go over, like I live in Berkeley, the roads haven't been like updated since probably like 1973, and you get a brain massage if you're riding any scooter that doesn't have pneumatic tires and suspension. So that's one big thing. Also the yeah, Eli. Yeah. So Eli is doing photography. You should check out his profile. He's awesome. And he's saying, yeah, so he wrote it a lot. And yeah, Eli is saying, when I was commuting on this scooter, it was amazing. For a long commute, this one is fantastic. I think that really sums it up. The other features that this has, right, it's bigger. So the weight makes it a little more stable. Also, the tires are going to be a bit bigger than the Boosted Rev. So that makes it, although the tires on the Boosted Rev are fantastic and they're wide, this is just wider and bigger, so it is better. This has hydraulic brakes. That does not have hydraulic brakes. This has dual disc brakes. That has single disc brake. Yeah, your trade-off is it's bigger and less portable. That is way more portable. So it's like getting this on like public transportation, it can be a little harder, right? We've taken Dualtrons, the Thunder and whatnot on escalators. You just kind of hold down the brakes and you can take them up escalators. And if it's not a busy BART or train or whatever, you will be able to do that. But this is a better scooter. It's kind of like is a Cadillac, a giant Cadillac Escalade better than a Lexus IS 350, right? IS 350 is awesome, but will Cadillac Escalade be smoother? Probably, right? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate the feedback. Other questions? I'll stay on here as long as people are asking questions, and then we're pretty okay. I'll be Pataglia. Says, might be an info you already given, but how long does it take to charge the battery fully? Oh, that's a really good question. And you know what? I need to probably look that up. I don't think I may have that on our own website. I believe it's 8 to 9 hours, but I'm just gonna double check real quick. I'm basically just going on our own website and seeing if I can find that info for you guys. I've charged this. What's nice is that Fluid Freeride right now will give you an extra set of tires. So right now I've got the road tires on, which is better. The knobby off-road tires are not good for riding on the road at high speed. It's going to be like really bumpy and not as stable. So I think right now they're giving you an extra set of tires, which is really cool. Boom. Eli says 8 hours. Good. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. 8 hours or so with both charging. So it's got 2 ports. So right on the left side here, it's got 2 charging ports. You can charge one at a time, or you can charge double. Double is going to get you the 8-hour charge. I'll double check, but I'm sure they have a spec somewhere. And then that's where your light button is as well. So if you're like, how do I turn on the lights down here, right? There's actually a little button, and that turns on the low lights and the deck light that you see. And I'll hit it right now if I can just get. Maybe it's on the left side. Oh boy, there. It's actually on the left side. So I just turned it off lights, and on, and there we go. So yeah, so it's an overnight charge, right? You can charge it at work, but you probably don't need to unless your commute's like 30 miles each way. Most people, the average electric scooter rider goes 6 to 7 miles total per day. There's outliers, but the scooter goes a long way. We'll get a full range test for like city, not like off-roading, in the next couple days, and we'll definitely add that to our review online. Let me just double check my YouTube stream, how that's going real quick. We're good. Any other questions before I log off here? I'll give it like 20 or 30 seconds. One thing I want to mention before I go then is check, if you enjoy this kind of video, make sure to follow our Instagram channel. Yeah. Boom chow. Gotcha. Thanks, Eli. All right, cool. So check our Instagram channel and follow us, because we are now getting the most scooters, I believe, in the world right now as far as testing. And there's a lot of great reviews out there. We strive to be as objective as possible, while still giving our kind of riding feel and impressions. If you want to check out our YouTube, you can look at if you're on Instagram right now, check our LinkedIn bio. There's a bunch of links to YouTube videos if you just scroll back through. Our YouTube channel is putting out new videos probably 1 or twice a week right now. And these are the most in-depth, objective review videos in the world right now for electric scooters. Okay, Roach Sim says, when will you review the boosted rev? Yeah, really good question. And I'm waiting for that. Well, Kim's probably not watching, but so I have a couple contacts at Boosted that are sending me out a demo to review. I'm hoping to get that within a week. I know orders are starting to ship starting yesterday, I believe. So as soon as I can get my hands on one, I've already ridden it and I took photos, but I don't want to put up a review until it's, I don't want to put up like a quick and dirty review, because that's not what we do here. We thoroughly check things. So if we don't thoroughly check them, I don't really want to give short information or incomplete information just to kind of like have a review, which is, unfortunately what a lot of the reviews on the Boosted Rev are really incomplete right now. So I can give what I know. I like it a lot. Deck height is really low. You're probably gonna hit curves if you go slow off curbs. There's some issues, right? Yeah. Let me just read Alberto Albi. I'm assuming his name is Alberto, but it says Albi. Is it also true that a special device to install between the battery charger and the scooter that stops charging up to 80%, so it won't ruin the actually whole? Yeah, I've heard different things on that. We'll have to get like an engineer on here to like get the download. Actually, our kind of partners in this whole electric scooter guide thing, he is an engineer, and so as far as I'll get an answer for that. I'm not really an engineer, to be honest. I just I love riding electric scooters and I understand the market pretty well, but the super technical stuff, I don't know. I've heard mixed things. I've read a lot of like forums on the internet about that, and I'll get you the answer. And Eli says, these high quality LG batteries have no problems charging up and fully being drained to zero. Cool. So I think that's in response to the question about the, maybe I should just let you guys talk. The question about the batteries, that is what I would like to say. Could I explain why? I don't know. But we'll see. Okay, the Supreme Vegan Master. Wow, you must be very healthy. Vegan Master, where do you live, by the way? It looks like a beach scene. So I'll answer your question, but you got to answer me one, and that is like, where are you living? Because it looks like you're living on the beach in Thailand. In which case, you should meet up with a friend of mine that's in Thailand. Okay, but you have a question, and that is, do those handlebars fold in, or is it possible to make it narrower for transport? No. It doesn't fold in. Sorry. Yeah. So we're changing our reviews and we're gonna do like a point system. Handlebar folding is one point that this lacks. Okay. The handlebars do not fold. There's no folding on these handlebars, right? You cannot do it, and they're pretty wide. They're probably 20 or so inches wide. It's not Jamaica and Miami. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is not a portable scooter at all. The stem does fold all the way back, but the stem does not lock. All right. The handlebars do not fold. They do not lock. They stay out wide. So when you're carrying this in, like if you see the doorway here, someday I'll show it. There's like marks all over the doorway from when I hit things with the darn thing. So yeah, so that's kind of that's a downside, right? I don't recommend the scooter if you live upstairs. I don't recommend the scooter if you need to like get caught in a storm and you want to take it into an Uber. It's not going to fit in an Uber. If you get like a Uber XL, probably fit it, right? The SUV Ubers, you're probably fine. It's 150 centimeters long when folded. When it's upright, it's actually not quite 100 that long. The reason why it gets longer when folded is because the front wheel jets out. There's like a little hinge on the stem, and it actually comes out further than it even is when it's upright. And that's the same with the 9bot Max right now, right? The 9bot Max 117 centimeters long. This is 150 centimeters long, okay? That's the thing you need to think about, although with this one too, you got to make sure you got the width to handle it. But typically, right, when you're trying to put it in the trunk of a car and things like that, it's the length that you're going to have an issue with. And so, if you think you're going to take it in the car with you, you need a truck or you need like a larger SUV, something with that much room in it. And that's how all these big scooters are. It's not a bad thing. The long wheelbase actually is fantastic because you have amazing stability on this scooter. Riding wise, it's about as good as it gets. Dualtron X could be better. It's also heavier. It's also $6,000. This is $2,800. I can carry, so Supreme Vegan Master, I can carry my Thunder everywhere, so he's referring to the Dualtron Thunder. I can do it, but you have to be physically able enough. That's right. And the Dualtron Thunder is 95 pounds without a seat. This is 101 pounds, so a couple kilograms more of weight. And yeah, I mean, I've carried this up a flight of stairs by myself. And if it's possible, it's not something I want to do every day. I put it in the back of an SUV by myself. Eli took a video of that. We'll post that later. And that's actually not that bad to put it there. It's just, picking it up all the way and doing a deadlift with it. That takes a little strength. I'm 165 pounds and not like abnormally strong or weak. I'm probably average, and I can do it. So yeah. So I hope that answers your question on portability for this scooter. I would really compare this with for Supreme Vegan Master. Yeah, I mean I think this compares really well with the Thunder. I've got 09. It's perfect for me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The 09 is a great. I mean, it is a great scooter. We have a review. We recommend that. I think we recommend that for best scooter under $1,200 right now. And actually, it's nice because the handlebars fold, they lock. The stem folds, it locks. It's really small. I forget the folded length, but I know the 08 is like 98 centimeters. It's like fantastic for when you need to throw it in the back of a car, right? Different type of scooter. Actually, I have a 08, which is also called the Horizon by Fluid Freeride. It's right. It's on the other side of that wall right there. So we're gonna work on that next. And yeah, the 10X, yeah. And so the 10X is really similar to this in that handlebars are wide, they don't fold, they don't lock down, right? But the 10X is 77 pounds, whereas this is 101 pounds. So, and the 10X is fantastic. This scooter will be a little more feature rich than the 10X. And the stem fold and lock is just kind of awesome. Albie says 09 is definitely an elegant looking. I like the women though. Not really sure what that means. All right, well, Albie must explain. Guys, we're basically, I think, kind of done with this Instagram live. Also, my phone is gonna die here in a couple minutes. But I really appreciate everybody kind of coming on. Everybody that's on now, if you're watching, give me a heart before I log off. So that everybody else can see this. I think Instagram will like pop this forward. Definitely getting the Wolf. Thanks for the information. I use Joel. Yeah, cool. And hey, if you're gonna buy an electric scooter, do us a favor. The way that we kind of operate is you go through our website and then click the link to buy it through the Electric Scooter Guide website. So it's appreciated if you can remember to do that. So yeah, and that's on our website right now. It's called Wolf Warrior electric-scooter.guide. Thank you everybody for the hearts. Yeah, and without further ado, that's it. We're signing off. Everybody ride safe, wear your helmet. Boom chow! Where the hell is this end button? Oh, gotta turn this one off to end stream. Goodbye everybody on YouTube.